Tonight, it's gonna be like a fire drill, guys. We're gonna make four incredible dishes in about 45 minutes. Tonight, it's not the night to fall behind. There's not gonna be time to pull you if you're falling behind. So a few things. Emily, I don't know if you wanna, here's what I would do. No, we're not gonna put it in the chat, who cares? You guys, if you are here tonight, that means that you got the recipe. So whether you are guests, friends, family of the amazing Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, whether you're already drooling over the idea of us opening the marketplace in the Morongo property, or you're just joining us because somehow you managed to figure it out how, you have the recipe. So tonight, we're gonna do a few things, which I want you guys, by the way, before I start, I want you to get ready with a few things. I want you to cut all your Brussels sprouts in half, from whole to half, all right? Cut them up, do it right now. Then what I want you to do, I want you to get the baby potatoes, and drop them into salted boiling water. There, we have to make the potato not fully cooked, but kind of soft. So they will be cooking in boiling water for about probably 12 to 15 minutes until they are a little bit softer, all right? And that's getting ahead. Tonight, we're not gonna do one dish at a time. Tonight, we're gonna do a little bit of everything. You're gonna learn how to multitask. Tonight is gonna feel like a real restaurant kitchen with me at the helm. There you go. Then the next things I want you to do, if you have a loose bulk sausage, I want you to kind of rip it apart and create little pieces of it. I can't explain myself. If you have sausage link, pull it out in kind of a little bite like this. And if you have ground sausage, start to pull it so it's not one big block. Make sense? Get that. Then you should have diced butternut squash. The recipe called for butternut squash to be diced. Pumpkin or butternut squash. You decided either or, the result will be the same. I have butternut squash. I think they taste a little bit better than pumpkin. Plus, I'm already over pumpkin. It's everything pumpkin. It's the minute that people in this country see yellow leaves on the tree, they start to drink pumpkin latte, pumpkin this, pumpkin spice, pumpkin everything. Enough. There's gonna be enough pumpkin for Thanksgiving. Butternut squash is my choice for the night. With pumpkin, still works. Dice them up, about an inch, half inch, 1 inch cubes. It's what you need, all right? So as you can see tonight, my setup, it's a little different. Tonight, we have to cook several dishes at one, because we have a smashed baby potato, roasted baby potato with Parmesan and chili yogurt. We're gonna do caramelized Brussels sprouts with pancetta and sliver almond, sliced almond, not sliver. We're gonna do Italian polenta, like my mom used to make, with sausage on top. And we're gonna do a butternut squash or pumpkin mash with mascarpone, garlic, and a lot of Parmesan. All right, so here's what I wanna make sure. There is a lot of, hey, hi, howdy, hi, hello, there you go. Everybody's excited. All right, guys, so here's what we're gonna do. Because but mostly you, I can do this with 2 hands tied behind my back. I do this for a living, right? Not showing off, but I do this for a living. I can do this in the next 45 minutes easily. But since you gotta cook and you gotta get busy, you should already have the potato in the water. You should already got to the cutting in half of the Brussels sprouts, and you should have already the sausage working on it. If you have a better half or a worse half, depending how you tag your loved one, make sure that they work for this. You also gonna need a plethora of pans. you know, flat pans, 12 inches is probably your best option for tonight execution. Also, questions. You know, I love questions. And Emily, in the back of the production, will ask me any question you type into the chat. Now, tonight, let's stick with food and let's talk about things that you need to know. If you need a life story tonight, it's a bad night because you, more so than I, are going to be busy. All right, so ready for this? Another great cooking event brought to you by my folks at Morongo. Guys, legit, I cannot wait to open the marketplace early next year. I am NC. I get like itchy. I need to open this damn place. We talked about it enough. It's time to get cooking. All right. Move number one, potatoes in the water. I have a small pot with boiling salted. Now it's salted. Boiling salted water. And I'm cooking the baby potato to a medium. It's not soft. They're not going to be soft. All right. But you have to make them softer. So parboil the potato. With the boiling water, shouldn't take you more than 15 minutes. 12 to 15 minutes for baby potato. All right. Then get yourself something like these, because we're going to take them out of the water when the time has come. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to get a saute pan, 12 inches, 10 to 12 inches. Anything less, it's an egg pan. Anything less is too small. What are you playing ping pong with it? Get 10 to 12 inches pan. You need some size. Size do matter. All right. The only people that tell the size don't matter is who has very small cookware. Now, here's what we got. Medium fire underneath. There. What I want you to do, I want you to get a tablespoon of butter in it. There. And I want you to put a tablespoon of olive oil in it. All right. Tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. Now, if it's a little bit more, nobody cares. All right. We're not the IRS. We can be slightly approximate here. All right. Tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter here. Okay. Then what I want you to do, I want you to add to this pan all the Brussels sprouts that you have cut in half, like that. All right. Now, there is a way of doing this that makes for a better looking dish. All right. If you look what I'm going to try to do here, I'm going to try to flip. You see there is the green part and the white part. Flip the white part on the bottom. So you're going to get a nice caramelization right away. All right. There. Not all of them. You're not going to be able to feed all of them, but most of them. All right. If you can, face them down. The white part will caramelize. Now get these on medium like that. Medium high, actually. Also, by the way, my stove, it's a spaceship. If I was Captain Kirk, this would be the Enterprise. This is a prime vessel. It's a high-tech, superpower professional stove. But also, that's what I do for a living, right? So if you have a smaller stove, if you have a top in your house, like a cooktop, you may want to crank that fire up a bit. And Emily, I see there is a bunch of questions already. Let's go.
I was going to ask you for the Brussels sprouts recipe. Michael wants to know, they couldn't find red chilies. Should they use green or red pepper flakes?
Michael, unfortunately, you probably live in a very cold zone. In Chicago right now, it's 25 degrees. There is no red chilies local. So I got green chilies. I got serrano pepper, red chili, yellow chilies, green chilies. It's mostly the heat that you want. It's what really dictates what kind of chili you're using. All right. So you're fine with whatever color chilies you have. Now, look, the water is boiling for the potato, and the potatoes are going to be parboiled. There is no such a thing like an al dente potato. It's not pasta, but that it will be parboiled, fairly soft on the outside, but not puree. More questions do we have, or we're good?
Yes,
Please.
Gina wants to know for, not this recipe, but do you prefer sweet or spicy Italian sausage?
Would I prefer spicy? What you use doesn't matter. I don't care. You can use both for this dish. Is perfect. Time to add salt and pepper. Salt and pepper to the Brussels sprouts. Ready? Good pinch of salt and a good pinch of pepper. All right. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to get like 2-3 garlic cloves, like that, like this. All right. And I want you to add them. I want you to add them to the pan in half, like this. There. Look. Add that cut in half. There. 3-4 garlic cloves. Big chunks. There. See that? Perfect. That's what you need to do. So we have two things now. Let's talk about it again so you guys don't fall behind. Boiling potato in water, and we have Brussels sprouts right here. The Brussels sprouts are caramelizing face down. We're gonna let them sit like these for about 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter here. At the end of the dish, this dish is going to have at least 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of butter here. All right. So I'm gonna add a little bit more butter. There. Now, what I want you to do, see how demanding I am? You're lucky we're not in the kitchen together because they'll be yelling like Gordon Ramsay. I'm kidding, I don't yell, but I like to get things done. All right?
Fabio, question.
Please.
Jan is asking salted or unsalted butter?
Always unsalted, then. Always unsalted. You are the salt keeper. We don't trust people salting our butter. Always unsalted, unless you're using it for bagel in the morning. Then salted butter is fine. Now, get the next pan, another 12 inches pan. What I want you to do, I want you to put, actually, I'm going to use this. I want you to use about a tablespoon of olive oil in it, like that. Tablespoon of olive oil. And I want you to add the sausage to it. All right. Add the sausage to the pan like that, and add the 3-4 garlic cloves whole, like that. You see that? So now we have a few things going right now. I like multitasking. I'm the multitasking magician here. So we got the potato boiling. We got the Brussels sprouts here. Let's look at these. Look why I have you face them down. You want to check this out? Look at this. See? See how nice and caramelized they already are? All right? So we get them there. It's important. We like them nice and caramelized like this. All right. And then we have sausage in the back. So we have sausage, pepper, salt, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of olive oil like that. Cooking in the back on medium low. These will cook for about 20 minutes. You got to cook the sausage in a pan separate from everything else. We got the potato there. Potatoes are still there, right? And we got the Brussels sprouts. Now, I want you to get the pancetta. Pancetta is where bacon wants to be when it dies and go to heaven. I slice my pancetta very thick. Pancetta is, and there is a bunch of questions, Emily. Keep asking, interrupt me, because I'm not keep looking at the computer. And yes, the pan could be cold, could be hot for the sausage. Doesn't matter. Just put it in and turn it on. They're gonna sit for 20 minutes. So whether if you start cold or hot, doesn't matter. More question, go.
Yes, Jan was asking if you're gonna have an Italian deli at the new restaurant.
No, we're not gonna have an Italian deli. I'm not gonna serve you a sandwich, Daniel. it's gonna be like 7 different restaurants. If you want a sandwich, I'm happy to make you one, but I'm not coming to California to make you a sandwich, buddy. No, the marketplace is gonna be a beautiful, like a mecca of all the best restaurant food you have. We're not gonna have a deli. If you want prosciutto, I don't care where you live, you probably can find a very good. You don't need me to come to California to open a deli. Now,
Okay, wait, one more question. What is better, roasted or fried Brussels sprouts?
what?
What is better, roasted or fried Brussels sprouts?
They're both delicious. You pick. I will pick saute, neither, no roasted, nor fried. I would just pick saute like this. Now, by the way, what I'm doing right now, look how nice this color. Look at that, man. Look at this nice color. Now I'm gonna add the pancetta to it, and the fat from the pancetta is gonna start rendering in the Brussels sprouts. Look at that. Low fire now. Now we gotta be low and slow. The pancetta has to cook low and slow. So the pancetta will render, and now is the time to add the last tablespoon of butter. 3 total in it. And now is also the time to add the almond. Sliver almond. Look at that. And a little bit of chilies. All right. I'm gonna got some chilies here. Look at that.
Fabio,
Go ahead.
Kevin wants to know who is cleaning all of these pots and pans tonight, and where is Marcus?
That's my boy. Oh man, that's my boy. Kevin is actually my business partner. He's a funny guy. Marcus is sleeping, because if Marcus was here, I would have a French bulldog right between my legs right now. And who's cleaning the pan? You should know who does the cleaning in my house. Me. Come on. Who do you think does the cleaning in my house? All right. So look at this. Check this out, guys. Caramelized Brussels sprouts, crispy pancetta, chilies, and almond. The first dish, it's complete. Now we gotta lower the fire as much as you can. Keep it nice and low and let these caramelize. The sausage are getting warmed up. They're getting cooked slowly, okay? Sausage is a funky one because you wanna cook them through, and you want also to render the fat, all right? So you're gonna let the sausage cook over there. The Brussels sprouts needs to cook for another 15, 20 minutes on very low fire. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave these, I'm gonna move it in the back right here, low fire, there, all right? So now look at the sausage, what's happening here. Look what's
We have
happening.
a quick question.
Please.
From Leslie, why do you use what looks like a nonstick pan rather than cast iron?
Cast iron is overkill. Cast iron is for 2 kinds of people: bushwhackers or people that try to show off for no reason. Cast iron is the equivalent of me go grocery shopping with a military Humvee. It gets it done, but it's overkill. Or if you're a bushwhacker in the middle of a forest and you all have live fire and it's 900 degrees and every other cookware will be ruined, then cast iron is a viable option. It's too heavy. It's a shit pan for cooking because first of all, you can't cook anything acid in cast iron. Can't cook lemon, can't cook tomato, can't cook anything in cast iron that risk the coating to come off. I like cast iron if I have a piece of roast and I stick it in the pizza oven outside or in the barbecue under extreme heat condition. This is a hard anodized nonstick, which is the best cookware that you could possibly, the best metal combination that you could possibly get. Non-stick, it's a piece of crap because Teflon is not very good for you. Metal, it's great, but to cook with metal cookware, you need to know what to do. Ceramic, it's crap because it gets ruined. Cast iron, it's an overkill, which will leave us with a hard anodized non-stick. Also, metal utensil friendly. Cast iron is pretty, I get it. The big cast iron pot, big show off. It's like overkill. It's literally going fishing in a barrel with a shotgun. Too much. Look at the pan. Look what's going on right here. All right. So the sausage is getting caramelized here. You see that? You see that? So look what we need to do now. What we need to do to that, we're going to need to add a little bit of tomato to it. And we're going to close it. There. So we're going to add tomato sauce to it. So that we're going to cook our tomato in the sausage fat with a little bit of garlic. Also, since tomato usually are very well seasoned, I'm only adding pepper, no salt. All right. So now we got two things here. We got two things done. We get in there. We get in there. We have the sausage and tomato for the polenta, very low fire, the lowest, just like the Brussels sprouts. And just remember, once in a while, to just saute them. All right. Potatoes are there. Now here, medium fire. All right. Olive oil and butter. We're gonna start the pumpkin, the squash, the butternut squash. All right. Olive oil.
We have a few questions when you're ready.
Please.
Jan asked, I have fresh tomatoes from my garden. Do you seed them first?
You have tomato from your garden. Do you seed them? Well, depends what you do with it. Depends what you do. If you want to can them, yes, you seed them. If you want to eat them as a salad, you don't need to. If you want to use it for this dish, you shouldn't, because you should have crushed tomato can. Could you use fresh tomato? Yes. It is recommended. No, because fresh tomato don't create the sauce that you want with the polenta. But you don't need to seed them. You need to seed them only if you can them. Like I have a bunch of canned tomato in the back. Then you want to seed them. All right. That's a good thing to do. Let me give you 1 second and I'll get back to the question. Okay. In the pan, I'm adding the diced squash right now, just like that. Diced squash, and I'm adding a bunch of garlic cloves, 7 or 8 garlic cloves, maybe 10, 12. Bam, look at that. No vampire for me tonight. Salt and pepper. Salt, pepper in it. Medium fire. These it's got to caramelize, all right? Now we have a 3 minutes question, please, let's go.
Okay, you've had a few people ask, I know we talked about your pans, but they want to know what brand.
This is Bialetti. It's called Bialetti, Bialetti. I used to endorse them, not longer, so they don't pay me to compliment them. I compliment them because they're a very good cookware. And by the way, there is, look, can you do this with cast iron? Yes, you can. But if you have 7 cast iron pans, by the end of the night, it's a workout. And on top of that, it takes too long to heat up, cool down, wash it. You got to season it. It's too much life to me, wasted following and caring for cookware. It's like copper. Unless you're like Martha Stewart and you have an hacienda in the middle of somewhere, and you have like a beautiful kitchen and you want to hang a bunch of pots and pans and have like your copper stuff. Copper in the kitchen is basically useless. You're spending more time cleaning it and tendering for it than you're going to spend time cooking. It's a show-off piece. It's not practical. I'm a practical person. All right. One more question. Let's go.
Okay. Is it a good idea to remove the skin from the fresh tomatoes?
irrelevant. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in between. It doesn't bother me. If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's not there. It does not bother me. I usually, when I pass my tomato, I pass them with a fine siege so the skin stay back. But removing the skin before you cook them, that's literally like trying to cut the lawn, like mow the lawn with a toenail clipper. It's too much time. Nobody wants to do that. One more question, then we get back to it.
Okay, can you use crushed garlic in place of the cloves in any of these dishes?
Crushed garlic, yes. Chopped pre-minced garlic, that's an abomination. Don't use it. It's preserved. It smells like old. If you want to crush your garlic, yes, but as long as you get the whole cloves and you crush it yourself, absolutely yes. If you're asking that you can buy the little jar with the pre-chopped garlic, God bless America. There is everything, even if you're that kind of lazy, but I wouldn't suggest it because it tastes like crap. Now, let me take a minute. I got to show you a couple of things now. Potatoes. Don't throw the water away. It's actually really freaking hot. Lord. Potatoes, all right? We take the potato out and we put the potato in a pan. Look at this. There. There. The potato water, you keep it, and we're gonna add the heavy cream to it. And I'm gonna use the potato water for the polenta. Starchy water. Beautiful. Starchy water for the polenta. Nothing better than that. So basically, we have a few things going on. We have the sausage right here, cooking in tomato sauce. All right. We have the Brussels sprouts with barely any flame underneath, but the pancetta is rendering. All right. So we have the sausage cooking. We have the Brussels sprouts with the pancetta. Now look at the potato. Look what I'm talking about here. Let me show you. This is how cooked the potato should be. It's very hot. All right. Look at this. See, I can press it and it's broken, but it's not puree. All right. So we have a few things going on. We got the Brussels sprouts. That dish is done. It's warming up there. Sausage, pieces of crumbled sausage, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic, butter, olive oil, cooking with the tomato sauce. These will take another good 10 minutes. Then we have the potato out of the boiling water in a pan alone, right here, right? In a pan alone. And then I have the squash right here. Basically, what I'm doing with the squash, it's just let them caramelize with butter and the garlic cloves, all right? Look at this, right here. Nice squash, they're getting cooked and caramelized in the pan. That's it. Now, what do we do? I love these, hot. All right, look at this. Pasta, the water that we just cooked the potato in. I add cream. I'm gonna add a pinch of pepper, pinch of salt, a little bit of butter, polenta. Now, what's polenta? Great question. Thanks, Fabio. Polenta is it's basically pulverized corn, pulverized dehydrated corn. Ingredient, corn. It's corn. Polenta is just like corn. There's nothing else in it. There's no additives, no preservatives, just corn. Straight up corn. All right. And what we do here, let me show you what we do here. So first of all, I'm going to move these at the front, and it's really damn hot. There. Let me move these at the front, all right? And you're probably not gonna be able to see fully inside, but you get an idea, all right? So polenta needs fat and needs water. So now I'm gonna start to add my polenta and I'm gonna whisk. Basically, it's water. Look at that. Basically, that's just water there, right? Water, cream.
We have a few questions when you're ready.
Please, go ahead.
Deborah is asking is cornmeal different?
Cornmeal is very similar. In cornmeal, there is a lot more fiber in it, and there is a lot more, there is the whole grain, the whole husk. Polenta, usually it's a little bit refined, but in general is the same thing. Same corn, semolina, cornmeal. The problem is that cornmeal, it's almost treated like a oat, like a cereal, right? So you need the raw ground corn. And I prefer to use instant polenta. Look, it's already thickening up. Look at that. See that? Look how beautiful this is. It's already thickening up. And instant polenta, which is a parboiled and dehydrated polenta, cooks in a matter of minutes. So now we got the polenta there. I got Pecorino cheese. I'm gonna add my Pecorino to the polenta. There.
Another question.
Please.
Perry is asking if you still ride a Vespa to work.
Well, considering now that we have many restaurants in many restaurants in many states, the answer is no. I still have the Vespa. I just don't ride it to work because now I do a different kind of works. When I used to ride a Vespa, I was in Italy and then it was in Moore Park. I used to ride a Vespa because I used to live 3 miles from the actual restaurant we had in Moore Park. So look at this. Look at this beauty. Beautiful polenta. Absolutely gorgeous. So now what do? We keep it there and we keep it warm. Now let's focus for 1 second on this, on the squash. All right. Look at the squash. Look how they're cooking. Look at that. That, it's perfect. Because what's happening here, they are getting soft. They're getting soft and they're getting kind of crispy. Soft and kind of crispy, all right? So now what do we have? Let's see. We got that. 2 dishes are complete. And we got 25 minutes to go. I love when everything goes smooth and we are on schedule. So now, sausage. Let me show you this view here because it's easier to see, right? Look at that. Sausage with tomato. There. Brussels sprouts with pancetta and sliver almond and the chili. The polenta is right here. Look at this, gorgeous. How beautiful you are. Look at that. Amazing. Look at that. Perfect. And we have the potato. What do we do with the potato now? Here's what we do with the potato. And let me get these. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the squash in the back for a second. Right? So the potato, I want you to get a spoon. I want you to get a spoon. And I want you to smash them like this a little bit. Yeah, not too much, just like that. See, Right there. Just look for a crack. Like that. Cracked, like that. Cracked potatoes. All right. Now, what we're gonna do to the cracked potato, we're gonna add the stupid amount of olive oil. When I say a stupid amount of olive oil, I mean 2-3 tablespoons, like lots of olive oil. See there? Look at that. Lots of olive oil. Pepper and salt. And we're gonna give it a nice crisp with medium-high fire. Nice crisp, all right? These out of the way.
We have a few questions when you're ready.
Please.
Rosa is asking if the polenta was seasoned.
The polenta was not seasoned yet, aside from the pecorino cheese and the pecorino cheese and the cream. It was just potato water, they boil the potato in the water with cream, pecorino. Now, pecorino romano doesn't need any salt added to it because it's very, very, very lots of mineral, right? But a lot of the seasoning, it's in the sausage there. So the polenta is just basically butter, cream, and pecorino cheese. There is no need for any other seasoning in this instance. More question, please. And look what's happening to the potato as you ask questions.
Okay, Mary is asking, how do you keep the polenta from firming up once it's cooked?
Burning up?
No, firming up.
Firming up, like getting denser, thicker. You can't prevent that. You got to decide what thickness you like, and you just keep adding a little bit of cream or a little bit of broth, and you keep it to that consistency. To the point that if you put this polenta in a pan, square pan, and you put it in the fridge, tomorrow you can flip it, tap it, and you can slice the polenta almost like a little piece of bread. It will keep getting thicker and thicker. It's gluten, it's a lot of starches, a lot of corn in it, right? So it will keep cooking. You don't prevent it. You just keep adding water until it stops absorbing the moisture. I like mine very thick because the whole point is for the sausage to be with the tomato to be the moist component, the juice. Makes sense? More question?
Yes, Nancy is asking, which two of these dishes do you think go the best together to serve?
All of them, they go well together, but I think that the potato and the Brussels sprouts or the squash and the sausage, because you need a little bit of a balance, right? You need a little bit of a counterbalance. The polenta, it's very creamy. The potato are very crispy. The Brussels sprouts, they're very earthy. The potato, the squash are very sweet. So try a little contrast, and that goes well together. So that's another minute here, and then I'll show you in the pen. More question, please.
Okay, this is not about the dish, but Sue is asking, do you remember when you did a show in Iowa and she was helping you and gave away all of your potatoes when she was showing them to the audience? She said, I'll never forget his face when I came back on stage.
So Sue, what were you doing with me? Say that again.
You did a show in Iowa and she was helping you.
You're right. Yes, I remember. For Christ's sake, I remember that. We were making gnocchi, and I said, Sue, show them a little bit of the dough. You got the whole things, and then I was like, I got nothing left to cook with. I remember that, Sue. How are you? Good to hear from you, Sue. Check. I remember that. You were a good sport about it. I remember that. So look at this. Look at this nice crispy potato now. I don't know why chefs, they have to grab everything with their damn hand. And it's not that we're immune to heat. This shit's really hot, like burning hot. But we like just to flip things with our hand, like we're like God can touch us. Anyway, so now let's do a little recap. Potatoes are getting crispy. Now I need to make the chili yogurt. So we're gonna get some yogurt. Gonna get some yogurt, and you're gonna get some chili paste. Gonna get the chili paste inside the yogurt. And guess what? Chili yogurt. Look at that. Nice kick. It's kind of very light colored, but it's kind of the bright red that makes it almost pink right now. But this is perfect because I have a little bit more here actually. Perfect. Look at that.
What kind of yogurt?
Just plain yogurt. Don't buy, please, something like with blueberries or strawberries or like plain yogurt. Plain yogurt, it's all you need. Look at this. Look at those crispy potatoes. See that? Look at that. All right, now, chili yogurt, potatoes. By the way, if you like more garlic, you could add a little bit of garlic to the potato too. You could also add a little bit of rosemary too if you want to. But I like mine plain with salt and pepper. I love crispy potato just with salt and pepper. The recipe called for some garlic. I didn't want to add it. These potatoes are like freaking phenomenal, like bonkers good. Third dish complete. We got the crispy potato. I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese to it.
Fabio, you have a couple people asking if that's plain Greek yogurt.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is that Greek yogurt or just regular?
Yo, are you Greek? No, didn't sound Greek. Sounds like pre-American. Nope.
Okay, and Deborah is asking, she said, I do not have a stovetop like this. How do I keep all these warm? Can they go in the oven on a warming temp?
Yes, definitely. They can go in the oven on a warming temp. Absolutely. Yes. So I add a little cheese to the potato. Look at that. See that? Cheese potato, the yogurt is ready. Now, one final thing, and then we are complete. We did it. All right. So now I am adding a little bit of mascarpone. Mascarpone, by the way, I don't have any spoons. Let me get another spoon. Mascarpone is where cream cheese wants to be when it dies and go to heaven. If like cream cheese die tomorrow of a terrible accident, he's dead. There's no way to bring him back. And he's gonna die and he's gonna become mascarpone, because mascarpone is literally where any creamy cheese wants to be when they die after a whole life of behaving and they go to heaven. Heaven. All right. A little cheese here too. By the way, you know, one thing you could do, which actually is very good, is to add a sprinkle, like a little tiny sprinkle of dehydrated garlic to the potato like that. Just a little tiny touch. Don't get too fancy. Look at that. So now we got the polenta here. Sausage. Brussels sprouts with the pancetta there. I got the potato. And now what I like to do here, I know it says puree, but it's not quite the puree. It's a gourmet chef puree. I like to have my squash mashed like this by hand, because they keep the texture, they look better. It looks more like a dish that was served in a restaurant, other than just like a baby food, like a puree. Right? Look at that. Look at this gorgeous thing. All right. So now let's go. Ready for this? Please.
Okay. Someone asked what kind of cheese you added to the potatoes.
Just a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese.
Lena.
But you can add, you said again?
Sorry, I was just saying her name was Lena.
Lena, just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. You could add Pecorino Romano, since you also put that into the polenta, right? You can add locatelli. You can add whatever you want to top of potatoes, as long as it's a hard cheese, right? You don't want to use any like creamy, mushy cheese.
Okay, and you had a couple people asking about the chili paste. Aren't there lots of different kinds, and what exactly is it?
Chili paste. The name, it's a giveaway. Is literally fresh chilies. You whether they're Calabrian chili, they're Asian chilies paste. Like you have an olive paste, you have a garlic paste. Sometimes you even find basil paste. You find toothpaste. This is like chili paste. Now, if you were making your own chili paste, you would have got 2 pounds of fresh chilies. You would have put them in a food processor with a little bit of olive oil, and you would have pulsed it till you have a paste, chili paste. The name sometimes is a giveaway, right? The name sometimes is a giveaway. Grocery store. I think every grocery store has it. And every grocery store that has a good selection of Italian products has Calabrian chili paste. If you don't know what it is, go on Amazon, Calabrian chili paste, and you can buy all different kinds of sides. Amazon sells it. Look at that. More question, please. Then we're gonna get plating.
Okay, Mike is asking which is the best type of garlic clove to use. I didn't know there was types.
Oh, there is 50 different garlic. There's 50 different garlic. I like simple white American garlic, Gilroy, best. But I also like elephant garlic. If I have to make garlic salt, I slice elephant garlic bulb, which by the way, an elephant garlic bulb, there's like 4 or 5 cloves in a pound. They're big garlic cloves. And I shave those, I dehydrate them, and I mix it with salt because it's a much less pungent. Although they're big, they're less pungent. You know what? Wait, let me show you. I got it. I have it. So these, oh, you'll love this. Look at this. So these is a classic cloves of garlic, skin on it. I'm going to actually plant them in my garden this week because it's the first real frost. So you plant the garlic 10 inches deep. This is a regular garlic, and this is an elephant garlic cloves. Look how big it is. This is 1 cloves. Look at this thing. It's 1 cloves of garlic. This is a nice size garlic cloves, and this is elephant. Look at the difference. Look at this thing. This thing's like a ping pong, the size of a freaking golf ball. All right, that I love. All right. All right. So more question or we plate? What do we do?
Yes. Amelia is asking if you use the chilies from your own garden.
Yes, Amelia, I do that because I have a lot of damn chilies. Like I have so many chilies. I got like 1/4 of chili flakes oil. I got a 1/4 of cayenne pepper. There's like 200 cayenne pepper in here, oil. I got a 1/4 of Carolina Reaper oil. This should grow air in your chest. Like, but I have so much dry peppers that I make my own chili paste, of course. I have about a 1/4, which is about 1,000 pepper. Plating. Let's go. We're gonna plate the potato first. There. There. creamy chili yogurt, crispy Parmesan potato. Woo! These things is so damn good. With a little yogurt. Oh man. Shit. I should do this for a living. Oh man. This is like, once they asked me, Fabio, as an Italian man, would you prefer dinner or sex? And I say, you know what, guys? Honestly, depends who's cooking. Because this, it's phenomenal. Wow. Woo! All right. Number 2. It's also really hot. Oh, yeah, that was hot. All right. Second, squash mash with garlic and mascarpone. Look at that. There. It smells divine. Now, it's not a very refined looking dishes, but this could be Annie's grandma sweet potato casserole. You guys, you people in America, put marshmallow on the damn thing. You guys put marshmallow. What is wrong with you? You put marshmallow on the damn thing. This looks just as bad because it's not a refined plate. It's a pile of mushy things on a plate. But once you taste it, these, and I keep losing my spoon. Where's the damn spoon? All right, I keep losing spoons. Oh, I have a spoons right here. That's the emergency spoon. I keep forgetting about my emergency spoon. Literally, I'm looking around like, you know, guys, it's been a long 2 years, like legit long 2 years. Yesterday, I was annoyed to no end because I was I was out of state visiting one of our property, and I'm on the phone with my chef, one of my chefs, and I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, God, I was like, damn it. And the guy goes like, what happened? And I said on the phone, I said to him while on the phone, I can't find my phone. And the guy was like, bro, you're on it. You're literally talking to it. And I'm walking around my hotel room while I'm talking on the phone, trying to find my phone because I didn't feel it in my pocket. It's been a long year. So look at this. Oh man. Like if you never had mascarpone, you're legitimately doing yourself a disservice. Might as well unfriend yourself from your own accounts because this is like, oh man. Man. It's heaven. 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 Spoon. Polenta. Let's go. I like it, like I said, I like it nice and thick. There. There. And there. And there. Wait, we got a little green on it. Creamy polenta, sausage sugo. That's another killer side dish, folks. Another killer side dish. Last but not least, caramelized Brussels sprouts with chilies, pancetta, and almonds. Absolutely phenomenal. Nice, crispy, juicy, porky. Yeah, because there is such a thing as a porky dish. Pancetta. It smells like divine. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. 4 to 4. Like literally, guys, think about it. The holidays are coming up. You got need to impress. You got the family over, whether you like it or not. You got friends over, whether you really invite them or not. You gotta impress. Is the season to impress. And these dishes, I promise you, will blow the mind of the entire crowd. Because if somebody doesn't like Brussels sprouts, you're coming in hot with the potatoes. They don't like the yogurt, you're coming in hot with the polenta. They don't like the polenta, well, something's wrong with them. Seriously, what's wrong with you? You like polenta, what is wrong with you? Some screwed in the head. You gotta get them checked. If you're a nice friend, you get them checked. And if they still don't like it, now you got the sweet potato. You got the, you got the butternut squash, right? If they don't like any of them, you need to find better friends because it's impossible. It's impossible that at least they're not gonna go completely ballistic on at least one of those 4 dishes. And that's how you step up your holiday game for sides. And that's how we're gonna step up the marketplace at Morongo, because we're gonna come in hot with the whole freaking band and everything. And we're gonna cook the most delicious food you've ever had, whether it's Asian, Italian, Southern with a kick on the barbecue end, whether it's the brand new oyster bar that we hopefully open soon. Actually, the oyster bar should be opening in the next month or so, hopefully, before the big venue actually open. We're gonna have dessert station. We're gonna have a steak station. You have Italian, I mean, Mexican. Guys, aside from sandwiches, sorry, there was a guy that really wanted me to make him a sandwich. I'll make you a sandwich. No, I'm not gonna let you leave without food, but we're not gonna have a deli. We coming in hot, guys, in Morongo. I'm excited to do that. Emily, do we have any other question before we wrap it?
Yeah, let's talk about the next class because there's a lot of people asking, and I put the link. Well, Melanie and myself put the link to sign up for the next class, as well as the YouTube link of where to find the recording. So if you look in the chat, those are there. And then just the next date is December 12th. And if you want to talk about the menu a little bit, the risotto.
Yes, so the December 12th class, we're gonna do one dish, and we're gonna teach everybody how to make a red wine, cooked with red wine risotto, goat cheese with a nice roasted tenderloin on top. It's a feast for a king, seriously, or a queen, depend. But the dish is fantastic, and it's gonna be the ace in everybody's leaves for the holiday. So if you need to come up with a banger for the holiday, everybody's gonna be like, that's it, we're moving in. That next class is the entree that will complement all the sides that you guys had today. Now, with that said, I love you guys. God bless you. Stay safe, stay free, keep rock and rolling. I can't wait you guys to the marketplace at Morongo Casino Resort and Spa.